Hi, I'm Mandeep Singh, CEO and founder of Mandeeps.com and Vanjaro. Thank you so much for joining me in this series of preview videos of Vanjaro. So let's get started.
In this video, we'll be installing Vanjaro as an extension for an existing DNN site. So let's get started. What you want to do is head over to Vanjaro.com, make sure you're logged in, create an account and log in and request early access. If this is the first time downloading Vanjaro, you'll be prompted with a short survey, and once you finish that, you'll get access to this page. Now, in this video, we're installing Vanjaro as a DNN extension, so we're going to go ahead and download this right here. Now, make sure Vanjaro for DNN is supported on DNN 9.5 or above. So make sure your existing DNN site is running DNN 9.5 or above. Now, this is an alpha release. Under no circumstances do not install this on your production site. Okay, so after you download Alpha 3 from here, head over to your DNN site. And like I said, do not install this on your production site. Make sure you have a clone, a copy, a staging site, or dev site, a new DNN site that you're using just for testing purposes. So we've done something similar. We've taken a clone of Mandeeps.com, the hallmark for our testing, and I have a clone of Mandeeps.com running right here, and I'm going to go ahead and install Vanjaro on it. So I'm going to go to Settings, Extensions, and we will go ahead and click on Install Extension, browse, and I'm going to install the packages just downloaded, which is Vanjaro for DNN, and we'll let it upload. Hit next, next, and again, I can't reiterate this, do not install this on your production site. This is an alpha release which will automatically expire on July 30th, and then we'll go ahead and hit next, and that's it. That's all you have to do to install Vanjaro on your existing DNN site. It's no different than any other extension installation. You can scroll down and make sure it says installation successful, and we are all done. So I'm going to go ahead and close this down. I'm going to go ahead and refresh the site and wait for it to come back. Okay, so our site came right back, and I'm going to now go ahead and navigate to Manage, and here I see a new option called Vanjaro. So let's click on that. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a new page in Vanjaro. So I'm just going to go ahead and click here, create new page, and we can start with a blank page or a default template. I'll just go ahead and choose default, and let's just call this test page, and I'm going to go ahead and hit update. So there we go. We have our first page in Vanjaro. As we can see, the Vanjaro is right here, and I have my page set up on the right. So let's go ahead and drag a section. I'm going to go ahead and drag a grid in it, make it one column, make it fluid, and let's go back and drag another grid. I'll just make this 2 columns, and I really basically quickly want to demonstrate that how you would add modules in Vanjaro. So modules are right here. They're known as apps. I can look for them and drag and drop it, or I can just quickly type in, and there's my live slider. I'm going to go ahead and drag it on the top right here. And then let's go ahead and configure it. So your action menu is right here. This is similar to DNN, and you would click on it, and it would kind of pop up right in there and for you. So I could quickly go to slider settings and appearance, and give it a background color. That looks okay, and then go to slides. I'm just going to add a layer really quick. We'll call it H1 Vanjaro, and our preview is back down here, and this is live slider, and I can just quickly go to style and find the color and make it white. Let's just drag it to the center, and that looks pretty good. Let's do a preview. That's good. All right, let's hit save, and there I have my live slider configured and set up. Pretty cool. Let's go back down here, and we're going to add a couple more modules. Let's find live forms, and we can add that right here. And I can go ahead, add more modules too on the page, but you get the idea. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave it at live forms. I'm just going to quickly go ahead and grab a heading, and I'm not going to really set it up, just to demonstrate how quick it is to administer and manage everything here. Then close it, and there's our live forms. So let's go ahead and publish this page, and there we go. Our page is not published. I'm going to go ahead and close this out. Okay, so now we have this new test page. I'm going to go ahead and click on this. That is running Vanjaro. As you can see, there's no persona bar. We have UX Manager instead right here, and I can close that out, and that's running Vanjaro. But if I go ahead and go to another page, then it's DNN as usual. I do see my extension pop up right back in, but I can close that, and there's persona bar. So now basically we have Vanjaro coexisting with DNN, and certain pages could be running Vanjaro, and certain pages could be running core DNN persona bar. Which basically means that if you need to go to DNN persona bar for your administration, you could, or you can always come down to any page that has Vanjaro running, and you can go down here for administration as well, and there's all your settings and all your tools, including a scheduler and all other tools that you are familiar with within DNN. Okay, so this is all great for new pages. When you want to add any new pages, you can start using Vanjaro. Now, what about your existing pages? Sometimes maybe you want to go ahead and take your existing pages and actually move them over to Vanjaro. So that's kind of built in as well. Let's go ahead and go to a page right here. I'm just going to use this page as an example. And let's go back down to Vanjaro. I'm going to say, let's migrate this page over to Vanjaro. When I go ahead and click and do that, one of the options I get is which template I want to go ahead and use to migrate. So I'm just going to go ahead and click and use default template here. And telling us, please wait, and behind the scenes is doing all the magic to migrate your existing page to Vanjaro. So I actually see a blank page. I really don't see much happening. I do see a footer or links down here, and I do see some text running in the bottom here. So that really doesn't look very pretty. So let's understand what happened. Vanjaro went to the page, grabbed all the content, and put it here. It didn't know where to place it for you. It didn't know which panes to put it, because there's really no concept of panes within Vanjaro. So it has no idea where to place this content for you. Well, that kind of sucks. So how do we get around that problem? So let's go ahead and actually close this out. Remember, I didn't publish this page, so when I close this out, it's going to take me back to how the page actually looks, which is still, running on native DNN. We haven't made any changes to it. So let's go ahead and see how we can address this. I'm going to go back to Vanjaro. I'm going to create a new page, and I will call this page, I'll go ahead and use the default template. I'll call this layout, and I'm going to go ahead and hit update, and this is again a blank page. Let's go ahead and grab a section, and I'm going to go ahead and add a grid to it, and I'm going to just make it one column, and I'm going to click on the column name. Notice we have something very new, which is called a pane ID. I'm going to go ahead and give this a name called content pane. And the reason is, on that other page I was trying to import, all the content was in content pane. So I'm basically saying, when we're doing that import, anything you see in content pane, bring it to this column right here. Now, notice this pane ID is a special field that usually doesn't appear in Vanjaro. It's only appearing because we got migrate equals true coming up in the query string, and that happened when we clicked on create new page through manage Vanjaro link. I'm going to go ahead and hit publish, and I'm going to go ahead and actually save this page as a layout. So I'm going to go to site, pages. I'm going to find this page, and we'll just call it layout, so it should be at the bottom really. I'm going to right there, and then I'm going to go ahead and call this save page as template. I'm just going to call this as layout and hit update. Okay, so remember, if you ever need to go ahead and map your content panes, you can just put /migrate/true in the URL, and you will get that option right here to do that. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, and that layout page is there. Now we can obviously make it that it doesn't appear in the menu and so forth, and it's just there temporarily. Let's go back to that consulting page, And I'm going to go ahead and go back to Vanjaro and say I want to migrate this page again. And because we had done that previously, it's showing me what was done previously. But we always have the option to re-import. So I'm going to say, no, I don't want this. Let's re-import this again. And this time I'm going to say, don't use the default. I want to use the layout template. And now Vanjaro knows that whatever was in content pane needs to go in that one column that I set up as content pane. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Let's understand what happened here behind the scenes. Vanjaro went through the page and found all the HTML modules and brought in the HTML and automatically made them blocks for you. So this image right here, you can double click and get your image picker. Similarly, I can go ahead and click on text and I get all my text options, and I can go ahead and quickly style them and so forth and change colors and that. So I have a link here and that got carried over. So extremely easy to go ahead and migrate your existing page, and I can move around things and redecorate them and so forth. So this is HTML content. What about your modules? Well, it brings them in too. I really didn't have a whole lot of modules except HTML modules on that page, but let's go ahead and take a look at an example for modules as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and publish this page, and now this page is published and it is no longer being served through DNN page architecture. Instead, it's being served through Vanjaro page architecture, and we can tell by looking at the UX manager here. But let's go ahead and go to another page, and I want to just quickly demonstrate a couple other things. So here's a page that has a bunch of modules and content on it. There's a live blog module and a bunch of widget modules and a live campaign module on top. And our site, mandeeps.com, is using our portal theme. So that's the theme that is currently being used. Let's try and get this page converted over to Vanjaro. So I'm going to go ahead and here and click migrate this page. And notice that I already have a template saved now called portal pane. So behind the scenes, I created a new page and I dragged and dropped all the grid and columns to match my existing theme, in this case portal, and all its panes. And I named them using the same naming scheme as I had in my theme. So now I simply choose this, and what's going to happen is automatically going to bring all the modules, all the content, and put them nicely in place for me, so my page looks exactly the same as if it was running your theme. And this could be anything. It doesn't have to be portal. This could be default DNN theme. This could be NV Quick theme. This could be DNN Instant theme, or any DNN theme out there. As you can see, all these columns right here were added to kind of match the pane structure of the existing theme. And you can see live campaign kind of appears right here. Very nice. Everything looks good. The only thing is there's this huge footer that's back down here. And we really don't need that because our template already has its own kind of smaller footer running in the background. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. Everything else looks pretty good. Very nice. I'm going to go ahead and publish this. And there you go. I have another page, and it's now migrated to Vanjaro. If I close this, I do get to see that this is still running Vanjaro, and very nice. This is another pretty cool thing right here. This is your action menu. You don't have to be in UX Manager to be able to go edit your modules. So I can really quick go there, click on Manage, and it kind of overlays on top of you. You can then now see all the blog posts that are out there, and I can go ahead and write a new blog post super quickly, and then publish it from the bottom here. I'm just going to go ahead and close out of this. So there you go. This is Vanjaro for DNN.
Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social networks. Head over to Vanjaro.com and join the conversation. Let us know what you think about Vanjaro.